Okay, so a very short update on what's happening. Yeah, gonna take these cables out. Making your own cables for in-car audio, I would not recommend doing that. One, I get static noise also, because things are moving. Yeah, the connection is not great for the for the cables here. So what I decided to do is just bought some proper cables, quite thick as well, and I would definitely recommend doing that. Definitely recommend going that way. It's just, it will save you a lot of time, it will save you a lot of swearing, and it's just not a headache. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a learning process, right? I just wanted to try something, see if it works. It didn't, so now I'm going back to better solutions. And yeah, also what I'll do once I change the cables, I'll put the shroud in here as well. But yeah, I'll just crack on with the cables now. So the plan is to make an enclosure for this. Also do something with this. I still don't know exactly where the remote's going to go. I'm thinking to have it somewhere here perhaps, but we'll see. But anyway, what I wanted to do is make this carbon closure and see how it fits. So this is just a quick and rough kind of template. I made a big mistake yesterday. I didn't measure this properly, and I'll print out the whole part, and now it was just too big, and now it's effectively my nightstand. So yeah, what I'll be doing is I just wanted to see how this fits, because effectively what on this is I want this kind of enclosure to be pressing down on the DSP, so it's not gonna flop about. But from what I can see, there is a slight bend to it. So even if I add a Velcro, I can't see because of my hand. So even if I were to add a Velcro underneath, there is still some movement. So I need to just raise it up by just raise this platform up by a couple of millimeters. And I think it will be okay. And probably what I'll do later is apply this kind of felt material around, so it will look as stock as well as it can really. And then of course I'm going to have some kind of barrier here as well. So this won't be visible, but the access to the PC port will be there as well, and then obviously the remote will be sticking out somewhere here. But yeah, what I wanted to do is just test this enclosure. But yeah, so far I am quite happy with it. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to test the angles as well. Of course I'm going to apply the felt around, so I need to have a little bit of gap as well. So once I apply the felt, so it's not going to be sitting flush with the glove box as is. It's, I want the kind of felt barrier. But yeah, so far so good. Of course, the spaghetti is still there. Spaghetti mafia come again, and then of course all this cabling. So I want this to be hidden. But I mean, placement in glove box. More than happy. Certainly more than happy. New cables are fitted. Right, so we've got everything here. I understand it looks like an absolute mess. I was trying to cable tie everything. Well, yeah, it doesn't really work. But my shroud looks quite decent. Hold on, just let me put all of that back. However, one modification I need to make for sure is, okay, so once it's going to be closed, it will look something like this. And of course I've got this facial panel because I wasn't quite sure what I'd run this cable, so I kind of left my space, gave myself some space for further mods. Right, but what it turns out, what I have to do is kind of raise this up a little bit, again, just to give myself more space on the cables, right? I also wanted to have DSP sitting flush with the cover, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. I'll just add some Velcro underneath, just a tiny strip, and I think the cables will hold everything in place. But so far all looks good. Like I said, I'll just add some spacers into my shroud here, probably on a couple mil, and then yeah, add some material around, and I think it will look very good. So yeah, stay with me on once I'll put everything back in. These are the speakers I was just talking about. Audison Prima AP2MV, very funny name. But apparently they are very good. Kind of an OE replacement for various models. Yeah, no, I mean, I've read some reviews, and apparently they're quite good for the size. I mean, in this size range, apparently they're the best. So they are, I believe, what are they? 50 mil, right? Are they 50 mil? 64 mil, right? So yeah, I mean, mid-range speaker, 150 hertz, starting up to 200 kilohertz, right? So we'll see. Yeah, size 50 mil. So yeah, we'll see how they play. But I've already opened this before, and like an idiot, I've managed to drop one of the speakers on the hard floor, and now there's a slight dent in the metal. But I think I'll be okay. So what I'll have to do now is, well, let me get this out. 1 second. Bam, here we go. I'll show you how big they are. So what I have to do now is just scan the A-pillar and and mount these bad boys in. But yeah, they are very small. I mean, tiny, but you could see that the magnet is quite big. Yeah, the magnet is quite chunky, so hopefully they'll make a difference. I mean, they should make a difference. Yeah, can't wait to actually put them in. Hold on, I'm trying to see which one is the one I've dropped. Is it this one? I really can't be bothered to take them out of the packet again to inspect. But yeah, basically I did a very dumb thing. So yeah, now what I'll do is make the 3D print for the spacer for the DSP, and then probably me scanning this would be another video. But yeah, no, well, I just can't. Yeah, so here we go. This is the dent here. Steel frame. Yeah, I don't think this is going to affect how the speaker plays. But it's still very annoying. Very annoying. But anyway, let's move on to actually designing the spacer for the DSP, and then I'll fit that into the car. I also found a good spot on where to place the radio control, so I'll talk about that in a sec as well. After inspecting the parts that came off the printer, let's get in focus. I'm very happy with the quality. I mean, of course, I've done prints before, but yeah, no, I'm very happy. So what I'll do is glue the long side onto the big piece, apply some material and put it into the car, and I think it will be very nice. Okay, so I've added the fascia. This is an extra hole because I want to put USB there. However, what it turns out, this sticks out a little bit too much. I mean, we are talking about maybe a centimetre. And yeah, I mean, overall, I think like it doesn't look too bad, honestly. But yeah, it's just the fact that, yeah. So back to the drawing board. Maybe now not to use up so much of the filament. I'll redesign everything as one piece. Like with the fascia. Let me take this out. So yeah, I mean, this is how it looks on the inside. It's not the cleanest job on the inside, but again, it's not really visible like where it matters on the front. I think it looks quite decent on the side, not too bad. I mean, this is where the joint is for the spacer. But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm going to do that. I was thinking maybe reuse this panel, cut it up, and glue it together, but I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a very big job unless I buy some plexi or something. But then again, what's the point? Because the plexi will probably cost me the same as a filament. So yeah, maybe. But then yes, like if I sacrifice this, I've got the material to deal with, and believe me, like it once it sticks on, it doesn't really want to unstick. So I don't know. I'm having thoughts, and the reason why I have the slip here is just to cover the joint of the material. Right, so when I cut the material, so you can't see it. I need to have a think. I definitely need to have a think on what to do. The print is finished, so let's have a look how it looks. I'm quite impressed, I must say. I think it looks very, very nice. The grey is a little bit lighter than I thought it will. I've used a grey filament now from a different company. However, the texture is quite smooth. What I need to do now is, of course, take this out and put it in the car. See how it looks and how it fits as well. Most importantly, how it fits. I think it looks very, very well. It sits inside the car, no problem. But yeah, I mean, besides the cable that's sticking out, of course, that needs to be remedied into here. Oh, my Tesco receipt. I can definitely tell you I filled up the better fuel this time. Nothing to do with me having no other choice with the other fuel being sold out. It's nothing to do with that. It's, you know, I'll make YouTube videos now. I can afford big boy fuel. Moving on. Yeah, I mean, well, maybe let's put that here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's amazing. It is a very, very good job. So we've got some space on either side. Of course, again, like I said, I still need to do some cable management, but apart from that, yeah, I mean, I think it's not bad. I honestly don't think it's bad. I mean, of course, it's an angled print, so the bottom surface isn't going to be so nice as the inside surface. But I think the print's not too bad. There's only a small issue here with the print, where it was printing out support for this base here. So now it's kind of stuck on there, and it's quite tight. Quite stiff. So I think I'll just leave that in there. You know, it doesn't cause me any issues or problems. But apart from that, the structure, I'll upholster it nicely. I mean, I think it's time to move away from doing hack jobs and try to be a little bit more clean, I would say. Yeah, I mean, it's this angle here was deliberate. I know. I just thought it's going to look more nice in the glove box. But apart from that, I am quite pleased, honestly. Also, another reason why I kind of kept these sides flat is when I'm going to upholster, right, I'll be able just to trim the edges. Whereas if I had the radius, it will be very difficult to get this kind of margin line whilst cutting the material. So yeah, I'm very, very, very happy. Yeah, it's also visible where I've slowed down the print. So here it was printing faster, then it was printing slower, and then back to fast again. So it's yeah, definitely printing slower benefits the material significantly. Although this is the first time I'm using a grey PET G. It looks okay, but I still have to say black is probably the one to go. New cover printed, fitted, and also covered in the material, and I think it looks quite good. Yeah, I mean, of course, I still need to obviously, do it properly now. This is just test fit with all the wires and everything else sticking out, like yeah, the remote wire and everything else. But what the aim of this was just to check the fitment, and I'm very pleased with that. I mean, as everyone can see, everything is covered. Looks quite good at the back as well. And yeah, I've left this hole here for when I'm going to be putting a USB in. So I won't have to pick this up if I want to access the USB port. What I'll do, I'll just have like an extension here, so I can just plug myself in without going into, without actually picking this up. I think it will be very, very good. And again, it's just, honestly, I don't know if it comes out on camera that well. And again, it's like the reason why it's lifting here is just because it's not like it's like the wires are still in the solid, obviously, like this wire sticking out and everything. And what I'll need to do now, yeah, see, now there's all this mess. But yeah, what I need to do now is add a little bit of Velcro pads here. To obviously Velcro it to that. Only little ones, just to hold everything in place rather than, actually solidly, have it there. In case I do need to lift it up, and I think I will soon, considering I want to put the small speakers I showed you into the A pillar. But yeah, I mean, this is the cover. I think it came out quite well. Yeah, it's just I had to cut it here in order to actually make the material conform to the shape. But apart from that, I don't think it's a bad print or bad quality. I think it's quite decent, and obviously the material is hiding all the kind of like imperfection of the like layers and everything else. But in the glove box, I mean, come on, again, once it's here, you can't even see anything. It's yeah, I think I'm very, very pleased. But now onto the second job, where I'll be pulling this up and taking this up so I can actually fit the remote onto here somewhere. I'll still need to figure it out where, but what I'll do, I'll measure everything, and then yeah, hopefully this will close. So I'll just take my rubbish out. Hopefully this will close, and yeah, the adjustment will be here, and I think that will look very, very neat. What I'll do is it's probably again design a cover, 3D print it, and yeah, fit it in. But yeah, I mean, this space is just, it looks like it has been made for it, I mean, of course, I could just tape it in or glue it in, but it's just I want to have it sitting in there, you know, in a very rigid manner, and I don't want for it to rattle or anything like that. So yeah, I just need to take out the gear lever trim, and then there will be 2 screws in there that will release the part. Okay, so I managed to take this out from here. It is relatively easy. I mean, also quite dirty here. Before I continue, I just want to say I wanted to take this out, but it is an absolute pain to get these clips off, and honestly, I just don't have the patience for them, for these, for you know, for these guys here, and I absolutely do not have the patience for them. And I don't know, maybe no, yeah, it's like the whole thing. Like I wanted to remove, like, you know, can I? Oh, maybe. Okay, I'll try this in a minute. So I've got this out. Quite a lot of space here. Quite a neat little area. A lot of dirt, of course. But yeah, what I have to do is take the side kick panel out to then get access to the cigarette lighter wire. Right. But here we go. This is what we have, and yeah, gonna clean this up, measure it, and put the remote in here. So this will be my task for tonight. It is quite late when I'm recording this, but yeah, I'll try to get these switches off, because if I could get them off quite easily, maybe from underneath, that will save me quite a lot of time. However, I highly doubt it, considering it's a Volkswagen Group car. But we'll see how it goes. Managed to get them out. However, I broke one of the... Come on. Nice. Very nice. I broke one tabs from here, but I still managed to get it out. Now it's living somewhere there. I'll probably have to get a vacuum to get it out again. Just get a kind of reach. Maybe I'll be able even to reach it from this side. I think there it is. I think that's the bit. So yeah, I'll just have to get a vacuum, and yeah. And yeah, now I can take the switches. But do I need to take the switches out though? Because I just want to lift this off. I'm not sure, but anyway. Right, let's get to designing. I've got quite lucky in terms of how this is. I mean, the ashtray, let's say. I've got a nice hole here for the cable, and also these are, can't really see the flashlight, it's on the flash. So there are clips in here, like someone thought in advance, oh yeah, let's make some clips so people can actually use it for something else. So now what I'll be able to do is design an enclosure for this, where I'll be able to fit this in, which will then snap into the ashtray itself. This is amazing. But now, how do I actually design this? I think this will be a... I'm thinking, should I do a 3D scanner job, or should I not? If I were to do a 3D scan, I will have to put stickers on, and putting these on is a nightmare sometimes. However, that will give me the best dimensions. And also the working limit is pretty much this. So whatever this line here, because there's a mechanism under this, so this line is the high limit, which is, if I put this back in, I mean, the way I can run the cable through there is amazing. I'm so happy. So probably I want to have it at an angle, something like this, and then obviously if we look, it kind of hides within the profile. So I'm very, very happy. 3D scanner is out, and what I'm doing now is putting, I need to clean my desk, I'm putting oh, oh, that's from this. So I'm putting these little dots for the scanner to see. Right, it's not on. But basically what it does, it kind of navigates following these dots. I also have a plate, I don't know what the flash turned on, okay. I also have this plate which spins, spinny. So I can just hold the scanner in one place, spin this around, so it will take many pictures and create a 3D file of this, which then will need to be reworked. But I think this is the best way of doing this. I mean, of course, if I didn't have a 3D scanner, I would just measure everything, but I do have a 3D scanner, might as well use it from time to time. The biggest pain of using it on components like these is because this is black, I can't use infrared, which it's going to use, it does use. I need to use laser, which is more accurate, fair enough, but it does require those markers, right? So it kind of like reflects, so then it uses that as kind of reference point for the geometry. It's a pain putting them on. It's also a pain taking them off. I'm consuming a sweet. There we go. It's toffee sweet. Very good. Recommend. But let me put these markers on. I'll scan it. I'm not going to show you how I'm scanning things now. I'll make another video of that soon. But there's plenty of videos out there. But I'm definitely planning on doing a video. I want to scan the front bumper of the car. So I'll make a video on that. But right now, let's focus on this. The cradle works. I am very, very pleased with the print. I mean, again, this is PLA. So, again, this is PLA just for testing. Don't want to use PETG. Yeah, it's just more expensive anyway. Right, what I also had to do, I also had to enlarge this cathode here for the cable, because it just wouldn't go through. The connector wouldn't go through, but otherwise I'm very, very pleased. Yeah, 2 mods that I definitely need to make this wall thicker, this one here, because it's just a single layer and is very, very spongy. Considering I still have space, autofocus, considering I still have space here. And another thing I need to, I already had it in the ashtray, I need to make this, or rather this part here, a little bit lower, because once I put it in, it's not fully in. I mean, it sits well, however the tabs do tend to sit on the classic. Let me just show you. This is it here. So this is where the cable's coming out of. So this is the routing for the cable, and this is what I mean. Again, this, if it will let me focus, you can see there is a tiny portion of the clip which sits on top of the material. Again, we're working with black, so I don't know if it's going to show really, but I just need to make this a little bit smaller. I think you can see maybe the plastic bending a little bit, so that's what I need to do. And same on this side. However, I mean, I am very impressed how this came out. Again, following this profile, I could have made this a square. However, it's just, I feel this makes it look more elegant. And I wanted to leave some space here in case I would use this for something. But I think what I'll do is just make this thicker here, like this slip here. And then, yeah, I don't know, maybe put like a screen protector on here. So I can still put some coins and stuff in here. I doubt it, but maybe that's the plan. But again, yeah, I'm very, very impressed. And it closes normally. There's no issue with closing. So here we go. Once it's closed, that's it. Can't even tell it's there. So let me make those changes, and let's print it again. So the next video I'll show you. The next clip would be of me putting in, or actually being put in. The grand reveal. Here we go. I think it looks absolutely, well, it looks well good. Honestly, it looks so good. Yeah, just put it away. No one can see anything. Just wow, 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 wow. And yeah, the cable, yeah, it's tucked away somewhere here. It shouldn't flop about. It's Tessa taped all round. Was a better way of hiding it, maybe, but I don't think this is a bad spot here. So yeah, all I need to do now is put the kick panel back on this side and the other side, because I need to route the cable here. And also, what is it? My cable came. Ta-da. So this is going to go in there, right? And I'm going to have a USB-C. Hold on, let me try to put it in. It is a very, very tight space in there. Right, so what I'm going to have is just a USB-C sticking out here. I've like this, or maybe vertically. I'll see. But yeah, so I can plug myself in without actually taking this up. But yeah, overall, I think the build has come nicely. Probably next video I'll make is me taking these off and putting the speakers in. So that will be fun. That will be very, very fun. But nonetheless, thank you for staying with me and watching this video. I know this is a very, very small channel, not a lot of videos happening. Please bear with me. I try my best to keep you guys updated with what's going on. But of course, I also work and I do not have infinite funds. But again, thank you so much.